I mentioned in a previous Module 6 video that the best way, the easiest way, the most efficient way to create these reports is to type the entire report and do not format anything as you're typing. When you're completely done typing the document, then go back to the top of the document and start at the top to format the different sections as they are to be formatted to make the document complete. Now, on page 2-102, exercise 44D1, I want to go through this exercise so you'll understand a little bit about the processes of formatting documents and how sometimes the instructions can read like they want you to do a format at the moment. So at the top of page 2-102, step number 1 says, in a new document, key the model left-bound report shown on the previous page. Change the left margin to 1.5 inches. Tap enter 3 times to position the title at about 2 inches, and then tap enter twice. Okay, that's all the title and the first line of the paragraph and the area above the title, and before you start typing the first paragraph of the report. But all you have to do is press the enter key 3 times, type the title, press the enter key twice, and then continue typing the rest of the report. You don't really even have to worry about the 3 enter keys at the start because you can do that at the end. But either way, this is the report that's been typed without any format. Let's look at this real quick. I did press the enter key 3 times, which puts the title, I click on the title, it puts the title at the 1.9 inch mark. Here are my 2 enter keys after the title. Okay, and then I went ahead and I typed the paragraphs and the side headings. I went ahead and created the table, but I did not format it. The rest of the paragraphs, the last side heading, the last paragraph. Step number 2 says apply appropriate styles to the title and to the side headings. Okay, I'm going to select the title and I'm going to choose title style. Okay, audience, analysis, and strategic purpose is the title. It does not move to 2 lines, so I don't have to adjust the font size of the title. And I need to do the side headings. Here's one side heading, audience analysis. It should be a heading 1 style, so I'm going to click on heading 1. And purpose of the presentation is the second side heading, so I'm going to click heading 1 after I select the side heading. And then it says click decrease font size to make the report title fit on 1 line. That's interesting. But the reason it says that is if you look at the instructions in the left margin on page 2-102, this is a left-bound report. Now I'm going to go ahead and change, I normally wouldn't change the margin until after I'm totally done formatting everything else, but I'm going to go ahead and change the left margin to 1.5 because then it's going to move the words over and then this will be a 2-line title. Alright, my cursor's blinking somewhere on the report. I'm going to the Layout tab. I'm going to the Margins button. I'm coming down to the bottom and clicking on Custom Margins. And I'm going to change the left margin. It's not the top one. Don't change the top one. I'm going to change the left margin to 1.5 and then click OK. And now the margin is bigger. The title got pushed down to 2 lines because of the increase in the size of the left margin. Now I do need to change the font size of this title. Now I'm not going to use that little gadget right there. I'm going to go back up to the Home tab. You can use it if you want to. I just choose not to. I'm going to change this to 27. I'm going to type on 27 and then press the enter key, and it did move up to 1 line just by 1 point of font size difference. So now we have our title on 1 line. Alright, step number 3 says key the table and apply the list table 5 dark. Alright, I'm going to select the table. I'm going to the Table Tools area and I'm going to the Design tab and I'm going to find the list table in our styles, and the list is at the bottom. Here's the list tables, and we're going to find Table 5 dark. Alright, I'm going to assume that it's one of these. List Table 5 dark accent 1. I can't believe I got it the first time. Okay, if you noticed when I touched it, it says exactly the same thing that it does in the book. List Table 5 dark accent 1. So I'm going to click it. And now the style has been applied, but everything else needs to be done too. Size the columns attractively and center the table horizontally. Size the columns attractively means go to the Layout tab and choose Auto Fit Contents. Alright, that shoved all of the text over to the left in the table, and it shrunk the columns, and when the table got shoved over to the left, we now have to put it back in the center between the margins. So the table is selected right now, and all I have to do is go to the Home tab and click the center button, and that puts the table right back in the middle between the left and the right margins where it is properly horizontally centered. Okay, click in the paragraph below the table and apply add space before the paragraph. I did that as I typed. I went ahead and added more space between the table and the first and the paragraph after it. But basically all you have to do is click on the line spacing button, come down to the bottom, and it will say add space before paragraph. And that's the way it will look when it's done correctly. And you can always go back to the Module 5 lesson that showed you how to do that. Alright, and now evidently we are done as long as we have proofread everything and we know we have no mistakes to correct. This is the way our one-page left-bound report is to look. 2 inches of space at the top, 1.5 inches on the left. We have side headings that have been formatted with the heading 1 style. Our title is title style, and our table was formatted with the Table 5 dark accent 1 style. This is a nice looking report.